I used to avoid reapplying sunscreens because I didn't want to mess up my makeup. Then I noticed new spots on my cheeks popping up. That moment made me realize either I have to figure this out or my skin keeps paying the price. So I spent months testing every technique, products, hacks that promise to fix this, like the best way to reapplying sunscreen without messing up my makeup. By the end of this video, you'll know how to protect your skin and keeping your makeup looking fresh all day. I got 3 game-changing methods, so stay until the end to find out your favorite. Hey, it's Holly. I share science-based skincare tips to help you feel beautiful and confident in your own skin. Okay, real talk. Most of us apply sunscreen in the morning and forget about it. If you wear makeup, it's usually under your foundation. But here's the truth. Sunscreens wear off, whether from the sun, your sweat, your skin's natural oil. It just doesn't last all day. And that one application at 8 a.m., it's almost doing nothing for you by lunchtime. If you're not reapplying sunscreen, you're leaving your skin exposed to UV rays, blue light, and all the things that cause dark spots, fine lines, and premature aging. Let's get into the first method of reapplying sunscreen on top of makeup, the brush powder method. You can use a powder brush type sunscreen like this one, especially those with a built-in dispensing brush. Now, I know powder's SPF might sound like one of those gimmicky things, but hear me out. This is actually one of the most smartest, most effortless ways to top up your sun protection throughout the day. And it's especially amazing if you have makeup on or if you're like me that gets shiny by the middle of the day. Powder sunscreens basically act like your favorite setting powder, but with built-in SPF. They mattify your skin, set your makeup, and add a layer of sun protection all in one step. It's just a quick sweep and done. I reach for this whenever I'm starting to feel oily in the afternoon or I'm heading outside and needed to reapply without redoing my whole face. And the best part, it makes reapplying sunscreen feel like part of your makeup routine, not a chore. So you're way more likely to actually do it, which is kind of the whole point, right? Now, before I show you my favorite, here's what to look for when you're shopping for a powder sunscreen. First, you want to look at the brush itself. You want a brush with loose, fluffy bristles, not like those tightly packed kabuki style ones. The fluffier ones give you a light, even dusting that melts into your makeup and prevents that cakey look. Think of it like a finishing powder, light and airy. Second, check for the shade range. Most of these come in different tones, like the translucent, fair, medium, deep tones. They don't give you coverage like foundations, obviously, but picking a tone close to your skin helps it blend in better, especially if you're layering it over makeup. So let me show you the powder sunscreen I keep coming back to because honestly, I've tried a bunch and this is the one that stayed in my bag through beach trips, coffee runs, preschool pickups, and everywhere in between. It's the Color Science Unforgettable Brush on Shield SPF 50. This one has been in my bag for many years and it's really hands down one of my favorites. First of all, it is a mineral sunscreen with zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, so super gentle, not irritating, and safe for sensitive skin. For those concerned with chemical sunscreens, this is a great choice. It's also sweat resistant and water resistant. Like, can you imagine that for a powder sunscreen? It's not just a makeup topper, it's legit sun protection. But here's where it gets really cool. It contains iron oxide, which protects against blue light from your phones and computer screens. We don't talk about this enough, but blue light can actually contribute to hyperpigmentation, skin aging, especially in people with medium to darker skin tones. So this is like a sunscreen that also fights digital damage. And it doesn't stop there. It's packed with a blend of grapeseed extract, green tea extract, and oak bark extract. This blend has been shown in some research papers that fight off pollution, reduce inflammation, and actually help balance the bacteria on your skin. You know that gross feeling when you're outside in traffic or like city air? This helps protect your skin from that. That's wild. We're talking about antioxidant, anti-pollution, blue light protection, all in a setting powder. So this isn't just makeup, it's skincare and SPF rolled up into one incredibly smart product. Now, let me show you exactly how I use it. To use it, you really need to tap the brush really well to get the powder flowing. So tap it on a hard surface, tap, tap, tap. And then don't invert it immediately or else when you open the cap, you're gonna have powder all over. So just leave it upside down and gently open the cap. And then you can roll down the sleeve and now you have sunscreen all over the brush. Then you just do a quick sweep over your face like you would with any powder. I focus on my forehead and my cheeks, and then my chin, and then do a quick sweep down my neck. And if you want more product, you just roll up the sleeve and then close the cap, tap, 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 and then you can repeat the process again. The finish is so beautiful. It's like a soft matte and not flat. And I see like a little bit of glow coming through it. It never looks chalky or dry. Even when I'm not wearing makeup, I love to just use this to blur out my pores, cut shine, and protect my skin when I'm just heading out or even at home when I'm in front of the computer screen. All right, the second method is using a combo of liquid sunscreen and air puff sponge. Now, if you're like me and you have dry skin or you just love a dewy, glowing finish, this next method is going to be your new favorite. It's perfect for light makeup days, no makeup days, or even when you're just wearing like a little bit of a tinted moisturizer. Let me show you exactly how I use it. First, I grab my lightweight sunscreen and squeeze a little bit on the back of my hand. Then I take an air puff sponge and then gently tap the product to get it onto the sponge and make sure not to overload it. Then I start using a gentle pressing motion to press the sunscreen onto my face. I begin in the center of my cheeks, and then I gently work my way out and down onto my neck, because we can't forget about the neck. This pressing technique is what helps the sunscreen blend into your makeup without moving your makeup around. And a quick note here, you want to use an air puff like this one. You'll find in most cushion compacts, not like the beauty blender looking ones like this. This one has a smooth and soft texture on the outside with a firmer core on the inside. I personally found that the beauty blenders tend to soak up more products and waste most of it. I also have these cute little contour air puff sponge for areas like the under the eyes, the nose, and around the lips. Now, I won't lie, this method takes a little bit more effort than just dusting on powder, but the finish, I love it. You just get this luminous, hydrated look that feels and looks like skin, only more protected. And the secret to pulling this off really lies in the type of sunscreen you use. You want like a lightweight sunscreen, preferably the gel type, not the cream type that leaves like a white cast. I found this one by Supergoop works like magic. Just like its name implied, unseen sunscreen, which is basically invisible. It has a silky texture that feels like makeup primer. It glides on so smoothly, makes it perfect for pressing onto the skin with a puff. What really makes this unseen sunscreen special is its ingredients. It uses a combination of modern chemical filters that offer broad spectrum protection against UVA and UVB rays. There's also licorice root extract in here, which brightens the skin over time and has anti-inflammatory benefits. One of my favorite ingredients in here is the metal foam seed oil. This is lightweight, deeply moisturizing, and locks in hydration without feeling heavy or sticky. When I travel, I love to just bring this one because it doubles as a makeup primer. So I'll put it on and I'll put on my makeup, and when I'm ready to reapply, I just reach for the same bottle. Now, this method is not the best option if you're wearing like a full face of makeup. If you have a glam look going on, the tapping and applying liquid sunscreen can still cause some movement, especially over foundation and powder. So I usually reserve this technique for days when my skin is already the star with no makeup or very little makeup. But if you have a full makeup and you just cannot risk destroying it, I have another method to show you, which is the spray sunscreens. To use it, you just shake the bottle, close your eyes, hold your breath, and you can spray on your face. Make sure you don't breathe in when you spray because it's not safe for your lungs if you breathe in the mist. So spray on your face and walk away for a few seconds to just let it settle. I have to say that to get the full SPF that is on the label, even for spray sunscreens, they still recommend you to spray and rub it in. But like honestly, that totally defeats the purpose of it being a makeup setting sunscreen spray. So for me, I just usually use this to top up my makeup, knowing that I probably won't get the full SPF that's on the label. Since this method is just spray and done, I usually use this when my hands are all tied up and I don't have a second to spare, or that I'm just not outside baking in the sun. The one that I found the most comfortable to use is this one by Naked Sundays Hydrating Glow Mist SPF 50. The mist is super fine, like a true skincare mist. It lands on my skin gently and evenly, and it's one of the ones that I've tried that doesn't leave a sticky feeling or make my face shiny like in a weird way. The ingredient list is really short, which I love. It has hyaluronic acid, watermelon seed oil, vitamin E, and kakadu plum, which is very rich in vitamin C. So not only are you getting some protection, but you're also adding hydration and antioxidant benefits in this bottle. This one lives in my purse recently. I take it everywhere now, like school pickups, Target runs. It's just really an easy way to reapply sunscreen and not ruining my makeup. A question I see over and over again is that when should you apply sunscreen? Now let's talk real life. The official recommendation is to apply every 2 hours when you're outdoors or exposed to the sun. But I know that is not realistic at all. So let me give you some scenarios. If you're indoors all day and working and you don't sit like next to a window, your morning SPF is probably enough given that you apply the recommended amount of 2 fingers rule. But then if you're heading home and the sun is still out, you definitely need to apply so that you are protected on your way home. Now, if you step outside during the day, say for like a lunch errands or a quick walk, for me, I pick up the schools in the afternoon, so I reapply about 15 minutes before heading out. And if you're out all day, like at the beach, doing something outdoorsy, you have to reapply every 2 hours or immediately after swimming, sweating, or towel drying. And if you're near windows or spend hours in front of screens like computer screen, remember UVA and blue light can still affect your skin, making your skin age faster. That's the powers of iron oxides or anything with antioxidant protection really come in handy. So make sure you check those in your sunscreens. The point here is don't let I'm wearing makeup be the reason why you skip sunscreen. There's always a way, or at least the 3 ways I've mentioned in this video. At the end of the day, sunscreen is your skin's best defense. It's the foundation of every anti-aging routine and really the easiest way to keep your skin looking young, healthy, and glowing. But for sunscreen to actually work, it has to be reapplied. And now you know exactly how to do that. You don't have to choose between protecting your skin and keeping your makeup looking flawless. You can absolutely have both. Now you know how to reapply sunscreen without destroying your makeup, but there's so many sunscreens to choose from. How do you know which one fits your lifestyle? Watch my next video on the best sunscreens for every lifestyle so that you can find the best that fits yours.